Built a commander deck with Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, and a bunch of Kamigawa cards. Heavy on spirits, angels. I've even got some samurai in here. But it's really spirits, angels, and samurai. Basically, I threw in all that I could from Kamigawa. It's a rather weak, I think, build, but also a very fun one because it's heavy on flavor, which Kamigawa is very full of. And so I would pick Thalia as my commander, but I would also put Oyobi as a card in there. And if I get to play it and somebody doesn't kill it for a couple of turns, for as long as that happens, I can either play a Spirit or Arcane, and I put a 3/3 white Spirit creature token with flying into play, and I've got a bunch of Spirits and every Arcane in white that I could pull. Then I also have Takeno, which is a Samurai, and it's a Samurai Lord. Each other Samurai you control gets +1/+1, and so for as long as I can play it, it's a 6-drop. I would get some benefit if I've got a couple of samurai laying around, which I do in this deck. I wish I could have more. But again, this is one of those, I'll build it with whatever I have. Then I've got two human soldiers that become legendaries. One from Champions, one from Betrayers. The one on the right is Betrayers. And so especially the Faithful Squire has Spirit or Arcane in its abilities. Then running through some of my spirits, I've got a bunch of spirits. I think I've got them from heaviest to lightest, the way that I'm laying it out. So Kami of the Palace Fields, a 6-drop, Dearly Departed from Innistrad. Using also a bunch of commons and uncommons from Avacyn Restored. Spectral Gate Guards, it's got Soul Bond, and it gives Vigilance. Kami of the Painted Road, another spirit, a 5-drop. Tori, yet another 5-drop spirit. Gallows Warden, of course Innistrad's got a bunch of spirits. Horizon Seed from Kamigawa Champions. Chapel Geist from Innistrad is a flyer. Voiceless Spirit, flyer with first strike. Niblis of the Mist, when you can get to tap a creature when it enters. Kami, whenever you play a Spirit or Arcane, Kami becomes a flyer, that's nice. Moonlit Strider. Then a Hollow Henge Spirit from Dark Ascension. It's got flash and flying. When it enters the battlefield, you can remove target attacking or blocking creature from combat, basically exiled. Harsh Deceiver, Moonlight Geist, Shannon of Stars Light. Throw in a Solemn Simulacrum to give me some mana, because when it enters the battlefield, you search your library for a basic land card. It's always going to be a white card in this deck, but it wouldn't hurt to get another card, because you put it onto the battlefield tapped. You also get to shuffle your library, and when this card dies, you may draw a card. It's nice to have. Pentavus from the Magic 2012 Redemption that I used to build a couple of commander decks. Mesa Enchantress. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you may draw a card. This is the Sarah Avatar promo from Duels of the Planeswalkers. I forget if this one's the one for the PC or the iPad. Its P and T are each equal to your life total. Of course, it's a gigantic 7-drop, so if you can make it 7 turns with like 10 life, it's at least a 10/10. Then I've got a couple of Samurai just for fun. They'll have Bushido. When this blocks or becomes blocked, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Araba, Konda, Kitsune, Moth Rider, another Kitsune. Samurai Enforcers from Champions. It's a very heavy 6/4/4, but it's got Bushido of 2. Then a couple more spirits laying around. Spectral Rider. Keening Apparition. the other Niblis. I think this is the one that's lighter. When it attacks, you may tap target creature. Here's a Zubera Spirit. Then Ghost Warden. Kabuto Moth. Waxmane Baku. Got a couple cards from other sets that I have laying around. Benevolent Ancestor, a Defender. Another Spirit. Aurora Eidolon. Guardian of the Guild Pact. Then Phantom General. Then I got a couple angels here. Seraph. Classic Sarah Angel goes all the way back to limited edition Alpha, very first set of Magic. Angel of Flight Alabaster, a nice, what I would consider junk rare from Innistrad. Aegis Angel, when it enters the battlefield, another target permanent is indestructible, and it's a 6/5/5. That's not too bad. Voice of the Provinces. Requiem Angel. Gold Knight Redeemer. Archangel. Of course, if you play casual and hopefully your opponents have decks that are equally as okay and average as this one, you may be able to play these heavy drops. Then I got every single white arcane that I pulled, basically, not for any particular reason other than they're arcanes. And I'll just put them in without naming them. Various abilities, some with splice onto arcane, like Candle's Glow. Then I've got Angelic Destiny from the Magic 2012 Redemption. Enchant creature, it gets +4/+4. Has flying and first strike and is an angel in addition to its other types. When it dies, return, when the enchanted creature that this thing was on dies, you can return Angelic Destiny to its owner's hand, just like you can with Rancor. Jade Idol, 4-drop from Champions. Whenever you play a spirit or arcane spell, Jade Idol becomes a 4/4 spirit artifact creature until end of turn. That could be useful.